Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's an Amber thing. I am Amber. So this isn't going to be a very long video. I'm actually getting ready to pay bills and do all this stuff. But there was some thoughts that have been crossing my mind quite a bit lately. And I kind of just wanted to share some of my thoughts with you. I've been, to say the least, a little bit taken back by all of the stuff that's going on. And I'm gonna just try and get on here too, so that if there are any comments that come up, we can talk. But so I've just kind of noticed that, oops, I gotta turn that down because that's gonna throw me off big time. I've just kind of noticed that quite a bit lately. It seems like lots of ex-Jehovah's Witnesses are bickering and fighting, and like there's a shitstorm taking place. And so I've kind of just been like, what is really going on here? A lot of it is going on Facebook. And then I've been seeing, some videos here and there about it all. And I think that, there it is, AT&T, I gotta pay that. That we would all do well to refocus on the task at hand, and that task at hand is making or helping people to become aware of what is taking place, in this Jehovah's Witness cult. I think that we have, come way far off the path. And I don't really want to say we, because I really haven't been involved too much. I've been kind of lurking around and just kind of like checking it out and trying to like make sense of it all. But I'm not really very popular on YouTube. And so I don't really know everybody. I don't really know, like a lot of who's who and what's what with a lot of these things. So a lot of times I'll text, there's one person that I really talk to a lot. And so I'll text this person. I'll be like, hey, who's this? Is this person, or is that person, and what's going on here? And, just everything. It just seems like there's so much. But I think the most recent topic is of watching Watchtower or something like that. I was a part of that group. I never really said much in the group. I kind of just will go through and like read the posts and look at them, and if I have a little bit of something, to interject with, I will, and if I don't, I just move on. And so when everybody kind of started like talking about this group and that, there's all this commotion going on with this diocese or whatever. I'm sorry, mister, I don't mean to like, screw up your name or anything like that. I just don't know how to pronounce it properly. So diocese, that's my best shot. And a Jimmy Bell, and I don't know, a ton of stuff going on, I guess. And then I saw a video about, and I don't really, I'm going to say it like this. I don't really support a lot of the bigger channels. I really kind of support a lot of the smaller channels. So Kim and Mikey weren't somebody who I watched a lot, but then again, I also have like major ADD squirrel, kind of stuff going on. So if the videos are really long, I just, like would have to watch them in pieces and parts, and I couldn't really sit through the whole thing. And plus I have kids, so like they never let me watch a whole, hour video or something like that. I mean, you guys see me, I get on and I try and do hour videos, and they're all around, going crazy. So, but I did, jog over to Mike and Kim and Mikey's channel, and I watched one of their, most recent videos where they're talking about, some of the stuff that's going on, and they seem to me to be very, very genuine. And from what I hear, they've given lots of wonderful information out to the ex-Jehovah's Witness community, and, just really putting themselves out there. And it seems to me that on some level they have been under attack as well. And I just think it's really sad. I think at a time when, we should be supporting one another. We're tearing one another down, and it's kind of awful to watch. So I was thinking, you know, I wanted just to get on and add this, and I know it's not much, but you know, we're all very different people. We're very different beings, and we have very different views on things and very different opinions on things. And that's not to say that one person's opinion is bad or good. It's just different. And I think that a lot of times we fail to take the opportunity to agree to disagree and just go away or walk away, or, you know, instead of indulging in bickering. It's just not what we should be doing. I feel like at this point there's so many things going on that there are probably people on the outside looking at us going, those crazy ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, it's just like what the witnesses say, you know, and that's not what we want for people to be looking at us and saying. Like, it really, really takes away from the message that we are really trying to get out there. So I think it's really important to also remember that just because we're ex-Jehovah's Witnesses doesn't mean that we're all the same. We may have endured some of the same types of traumas. We absolutely endured, you know, a lot of the same types of things, but we're very different human beings, and we don't all have to be friends, you know. It's okay to not. It's okay to take the high road and choose not to put everybody's private conversations on YouTube and share them with the world, trying to prove a point about God knows what. I mean, I've seen lots of those videos too, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Seriously. Yeah, so like that Watching Watchtower group, I got kicked out of that group. I don't know why. I don't care. I'm like, why? Why should I care? It's not that big of a deal. It's my understanding, after watching a few of the different videos and after talking to a couple of people, that, you know, there's some really serious stuff going on with this Jimmy Bell person and the diocese person, and I think something about the round table, and, you know, just people being, we've come out of such a high control group, where we have experienced so many terrible things. Why do we want to continue to put people, you know, in a similar position to where they're feeling like they don't want to go on, or like they're wanting to commit suicide? Or it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth anybody's life. You know, none of this bickering. It's crazy to me. It's not worth it. Let's get refocused and redirected towards, you know, we deal with such a low vibrational topic as it is. You know, it's like none of the stuff that we talk about with regards to this, with regards to this organization is pleasant in the first place, you know. So it's hard enough, you know, for the people who are on, and that lighting is so bad, sorry, who are trying to get a message across. It's hard enough for us people who are trying to get a message across, to get that message across. You know, we're talking about all of these things that were so painful and hurtful, and that have caused so many people so, you know, so much pain. Why continue? Why continue? I mean, just remember this, you guys. I mean, if I say things over and over again, I just don't understand. I'm like, I get, you know, all caught up in it, the emotional portion of it, you know. And I just want to say, if you take nothing else away from this, just remember that we're not all the same, and that just because, you know, we have a good heart and we want good for others doesn't mean another ex-Jehovah's Witness is feeling the same way. Maybe they're feeling very, like, so hurt inside that they want to lash out and they want to hurt others and make other people feel the pain that they feel. I don't know, but we're just not all the same. So don't automatically consider every ex-Jehovah's Witness to be just like you. Not every ex-Jehovah's Witness is friendly. Not every ex-Jehovah's Witness has pure intentions. Not every ex-Jehovah's Witness, you know, is getting on here with the intention of helping others. So just remember that and use your intuition. You know, like if something doesn't feel right, get the hell out of there. Don't stay in a situation, you know, in these groups where you're being torn down even more. What we need as ex-Jehovah's Witnesses and people who are trying to heal from this high control group is other people who are loving and who want to lift us up. And there are plenty of channels here on YouTube that are doing just that. So I don't know, you know, I have heard lots of little things here and there. I don't know, you know, exactly what's happening because none of this has like taken place. Nobody has sent me any inappropriate videos or, you know, done anything like that. So I don't know if any of that is true or what is going on. I would, you know, like to think that some of these ex-Jehovah's Witnesses aren't lying about it, but then again, it's like, I just don't know. I mean, I don't know. There's just a lot. Let me take a look and see what's going on here. Hi, everybody. Let's see. Hi, Shauna. I am doing well. Many ex-Jehovah's Witness groups were created by born-again Christians or other religions that are recruiting. That's probably very true. I never really thought about that, but that's probably very true. I warned elders at my last haul that any bullcrap they say to me or my wife in the back room, I would tell everyone, and I am now. That's great. Is your channel up and going, Gary? I would love to watch your videos. Hi, Denise. I'm saying hi, Denise, down here to the... Hi, Denise. We are different. I got kicked off and banned the Jehovah's Witness group for talking about ARC. Took about 9 minutes, told me a lot. Yeah. I went, because I started hearing like all of this, you know, commotion about this watching Watchtower or something, and then the round table with XJW Analyzer, or I don't know. I don't watch them, so I don't really know very much about them, but I started hearing all this stuff, and so I kind of started looking, and then I went back to, you know, to look in that group to see, because I remember being a part of it, you know, to see what was going on in there, like what the commotion was, and I was like on the outside of the group, so it's a private group, so I wasn't, you know, a part of it anymore, and I didn't bother to go back in and, you know, see if I could rejoin it, like, whatever. Hi, Raphael. Have you? You're dealing with some ex-Jehovah's Witness issues. You know, it just Jazz, hi. Yes, I think it's important for people to realize that just because someone is on YouTube, it doesn't mean that they are an expert or an authority on a subject. You are so right. Or that they even have pure intentions. That's so true. That's something I was thinking about, and I failed to say it, but I'm glad you said that because it's very true. You know, just because we're on YouTube doesn't mean we're experts in the subjects. You know, we're trying to lend our, I can speak for me. You know, I can't speak for others because I just can't. But I'm here. I'm not an expert on anything, but I am trying to lend my experience. And I'm not trying to say, you know, anything. I'm just trying to lend my experience because I would like to warn others, you know, of the things that I went through. I don't want anybody else to experience the kinds of things that I experienced. And, you know, it all kind of sucks, but just Jazz is absolutely right on the money with that. And she also said this, that YouTube doesn't replace people getting therapy. And that's very true too. Although we are here to help and we can lend our opinions and our experiences and we can tell you how we dealt with things, it doesn't mean that we're an expert, you know, an expert therapist or anything like that. So if you are feeling, you know, very low, very down, feeling suicidal, feeling, depressed to the point where you don't know what you're capable of, then I highly suggest that you turn off YouTube and make an appointment with a therapist and get some real help. We're trying to help you the best that we can by lending our experience, but we're not professionals. Shauna says, you are here to try and let people know what you went through in hopes that others will wake up. And you're doing a great job. Thank you so much. Yes. And that's what, that is the goal. That's the goal. And while we're kind of on that topic, I want to share something else too that I was thinking about the other day. Actually, I got to meet up with Roxanne from the channel Serpent Dawn. We met. She's an amazing, wonderful woman. I absolutely adore her, and I can't wait to spend more time with her. She has, so many wonderful experiences to share, and just the energy that she has, that is her, is quite amazing, and I really appreciated our meeting. But we were talking about a couple of things with regards to, like our family members and things like that, and, I was telling her about, I'd really been thinking a lot about, like I would love nothing more than for my mom, to wake up, lady. No, I would love for her to wake up. But then I was really thinking about it, and it was something that her and I kind of discussed, was that my mom was a foster child, and she experienced a lot of really intense things as she was growing up. And I remember her expressing to me, hey, Vinny. I remember her expressing to me, in my younger years, that as a foster child, all she ever wanted was to have a family that she could call her own. And I think that when she found the Jehovah's Witnesses, she kind of found that. And, I was thinking about, what would it mean if she were to wake up? Like, what would that mean, And I really, thought about it quite a lot. And because over the years, I've thought many times, what could I say? And I've tried, several different things and that have not worked. But, what would I do? What would I say? How wonderful would it be to have my mother? And then I was really thinking about it. I was thinking, this is, for her, it represents everything good. It represents so much hope, and it represents love and life and family and friends and all of that to her. And I think almost like for her to be woken up would be like very destructive to her. And so I think in that realization and in the conversation that Roxanne and I were having, I kind of realized that because waking up was the best thing that could have ever happened to me, doesn't necessarily mean that waking up from this is the best thing that could happen to her. I could totally see it like, being very detrimental to wake up after so long of believing that this is the truth, the best thing that's ever happened to her in her life, being very destructive and very depressing, and probably be the end all of her hope and her hopes and dreams and things like that, which sounds really strange because we all know that it's such a very destructive cult, but she's made it so much a part of her that I almost feel like it would be destructive for her to wake up. Does that make sense? I don't know. Let's see what's happening. Oh, Zizi says that there are good therapists on YouTube if you can't find affordable therapy right now. Or she says you can find affordable therapy right now. I didn't realize that. I'm gonna have to go ahead and take a look. I mean, I guess I should have realized that because you can find anything on YouTube. If I want to know how to carve a turkey, I can YouTube it. So, I mean, therapy, I'm sure. So I do know that there is, and I want to go and look and see what, or maybe I'll put it into the link when I conclude this video, but I know that Kim and Mikey have a new channel. So, you know, in my opinion, I feel like they're very sincere, like they're giving their hearts when they're speaking, that I don't feel any sense of divisiveness with them whatsoever. I would highly encourage you to give them support. I know that they have a lot of subscribers, so you know they have lots of support, but I think that what they've done is they're going to be maybe leaving the channel that they currently have for a new channel. So I'll put their new channel link in the comment section of this video when we conclude it, just, you know, so that you know where they are. And a couple of others that, you know, like I really appreciate always are like Vinny, Denise, I am MKT, Felicia Delici. I really like his videos. He's very straightforward, very to the point. I can tell that he speaks from the heart. He says what's on his mind, and he doesn't mince his words. He just says it. And I really appreciate that about people. I really like that when people are very straightforward and can say what they feel and what they mean, you know, without hesitation. So those are just a couple of the channels that I really appreciate and enjoy. And, you know, maybe you will find some, if you don't already subscribe to these channels, we'll find some appreciation and enjoyment out of them as well. Let's see. You know what? I'm never, do you see that little circle going right there? This is my Samsung phone. And I have always been like a die-hard, I do not go with what's like if the most popular thing is iPhone, then I'm not going to buy it. I'm like that, you know, little rebel person. But I'm going to tell you, like, I've been using, you know, the alternative of iPhone for the longest time, which is this Samsung, and it is just horrible. It's horrible. So I have I'm kind of like switching the way that I used to think around from being anti-iPhone to, because I'm doing this video on my iPad. So, and it's doing just fine. However, my other phone isn't wanting to work, and I find that happening quite a bit. I don't know what's going on, so I can't like really see. Anyways, that's really kind of all I have for right now. I do want to wait before I click off for this to, let me see if I take it off Wi-Fi. Maybe that'll help. Come on. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, I wanted to see if any other comments came up. Let's see. Oh man, I need to go to physical therapy today. I don't know what in the heck. I think I like messed up my rotator cuff because it is in so much pain. And it's probably because my posture is so, like, I don't sit right either. I just tend to hunch over a lot, and that's not good. But I have physical therapy today, so I'm super excited. I get massage. Let's see. I think watching Street Etymology. I'm sorry. I'm like, what is that word? Could help some ex-cult members. Is that like the name of the channel? We could just, no, I can't go. It doesn't let me click on it. Okay, so there's other channels that some of you have listed in the chat. So, you know, if other people are saying that these are good channels that they trust and that they feel are good, visit these channels. Just stay away from those ones that, you know, when you start seeing people tearing each other down, there's just no need for it. Just don't be a part of it. Just, you know, go to those who aren't. Go to those who aren't. No, Shauna, do you know what happened to Brett and Taylor from, oh no, that was the girl that had done, is she the girl that was doing a story about her and her sister? She had been abused as a child, and they had like gone to live with, like, she had like 6 or 7 different like episodes to the story. Is that person, Taylor, Brett and Taylor? I'm not sure if that's who that is. I don't know that I know who Brett and Taylor is. I'm gonna have to go and look. Is that the name of their channel? I'll go and check it out because I'm not really sure what's happened to them, or is their channel gone, or that YouTube turned on them. I do know, Vinny had made a video a while back, and he was talking about how YouTube, of course, they have a lot of control about, like what happens and how many views we get and how much, if we're in the feed, and how many people can see that we're making videos. They do that kind of crap. I noticed that they did it. I think that they were doing it to me too, because in the very beginning I would get way more, views than I've gotten like over the past, I don't know, 10 months or so. But then again, that could also be because I'm, haven't been on consistently like I used to be. So I'm not really sure, but that's really sad. I do know that YouTube does a lot of that. They do a lot of that in different categories. So, the Jehovah's Witnesses are a humongous organization. They have a lot of money, which means that they have a lot of influence. So, platforms like this, like Facebook, all the social media type platforms, the people that have the most money get the most, play. So if I'm very well aware of the fact that, if the organization doesn't want certain channels to be seen or heard, that it's probably pretty freaking easy for them to just like put their thumb down on us and just, like squash it out. So if that's the case, I'm really sad for that. But that's also one of the reasons that I'm very supportive of a lot of the smaller channels, a lot of the bigger ones, the mainstream type, like, what's his name? John Cedars, I don't really watch him. I've never watched one of his entire videos. And I think for me, like with John Cedars, I watched like one small piece of one of his videos, and he was talking about how, I think, like his in-laws or something like that, and I could totally be off, so don't, correct me if I'm wrong. One of the videos I saw, and it was quite a while ago, but he was talking about how the building that he lives in, I think, belongs to his in-laws, which are Jehovah's Witnesses. And he was talking about moving, I guess, his like studio into the basement and having to get permission from his in-laws or something like that in order to turn the basement into his studio. And he was kind of talking about, I guess, how or this is how I took it, that he had gone to ask them about it and that they were supportive. And so as soon as he said that to me, I was like I can't even imagine any Jehovah's Witness that would be supportive of an ex-Jehovah's Witnesses activism against their organization. So when I heard that, it kind of just like didn't make sense to me. So I just shut it off and I never went back. I felt like if it doesn't make sense, it probably something ain't right. So I just never went back. I don't have anything per se against the guy or anything like that. I just, he's not for me. But let's see. Oh, Denise says that YouTube tends to mess with people who are monetized, which makes sense because the more views you get, that's how you get paid. So, if they're not wanting to pay out, of course they're going to mess with how many views you get. So that totally makes sense. Oh, okay. Shauna says yes. Okay, so I had the right girl, and she also has an Instagram, I think. I'm gonna have to go back and take a look because I didn't notice that she. And again, too, I'm sorry if you are making videos and I haven't been watching many videos lately. I very recently, in the past couple of days, have been kind of trying to catch up on some things, And I've noticed that Daro's video count is way low, and I was like, yeah. Because I guess he's, I don't know, is he talking shit anymore? Maybe he's not talking shit anymore, so nobody wants to hear it. There's no drama involved, so why watch? I don't know. But, let's see. IKR, what's that, Denise? I don't know. Okay, let's see. Bonker, what are you eating? Oh, aw, thank you. Louise, hey. I have been really liking some of your photography that you've been posting on Instagram most recently. If you've noticed, I've been like on that, like liking your posts, but you do really well with a lot of your photography. I really like it. Let's see. Indeed, Watchtower is a multi-billion corporation, very powerful. That's why they survive all these years. John Cedars is promoting his own agenda. You can't conclude that Watchtower has no connection. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, duh. I knew that. I know, right? All right, you guys. Well, I am going to let you all go today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully, I will be back soon. I don't know. I've kind of just been like in my own little world doing my own little stuff. So I will pop in when I can, but I'm not going to put pressure on myself about it. I feel like every time I say like I want to get on a certain schedule and I want to do videos this day and it's going to be all great and I'll be back and it doesn't happen, and then I feel like I let my people down, you know, and I don't want to feel like that. So we'll just we'll talk when we talk. Let's see. Have I missed anything? I love rock music too. Hi, Michelle. How are you, dear? Thank you, Vinny. You have a good day too. Bye, Zizi. I have been working, Shauna. Yes, it is good to be in your own world at times. Like sometimes you just have to recharge. Let's see. When I know I just said I was going to go and then I just stayed on, but when I went to go and visit with Roxanne, we found this new crystal shop and I was like, ooh, crystals. So I was actually going to pop on like yesterday and do this video about crystals, and I was like, they probably won't like my crystals. So I didn't, but instead I did that like fake thing, you know, about the Armageddon. It just blows me away sometimes. It blows me away like these small things, you know, it's like a small thing, you know, that are a small catch, you know, like we catch on to this stuff, you know, now that we're out of it, and I don't understand really how the witnesses themselves don't catch on to it, but it's like the world is ending, the sky is falling, you know, kind of thing, and everybody's always so, you know, like living in this fear zone, and you know, the world's going to end in 1914, the world's going to end in 1979, the world's going to end, you know, whenever, you know, and then they dive into a project that's going to take them, what, 7 years to complete, and we're supposed to believe that the world is ending tomorrow. Like, we can't even get an education and get good jobs because the world is going to be ending, yet we can go and spend millions of dollars on a media center. What? Like, I just don't get it. Like, come on, people, wake up. Anyways, all right, this time I'm out because I got to get ready to go to physical therapy. I am ready for my massage, and you know, I just wanted to touch bases. So I love you all, and hopefully I will be back really soon. Like this video, please, so that I can be up in the feed and people can see it. Share it with somebody who can benefit, and hit the bell so you know when I make new videos, just in case, you know, YouTube's trying to like oppress me. I'm kidding. All right, you guys. Mwah, mwah. I'll talk to y'all soon.